for everybody out there, and this one's going to be on the Years of Lead box set. This is from Arrow Video USA, and it's written and directed by a lot of people that I cannot pronounce their names. Also, this is just going to be a review of each movie. I'm going to try to move it along as quickly as possible. I actually do have a review of the unboxing of this. I show the insides and show what everything is involved, and kind of give you a better look of the box set itself. But this is just going to be reviews of the movies. Also, please give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. First one I'm going to look at here is Savage 3, and this is a film by Vittorio Salerno. I'm not always going to try these names out because I'm just terrible at them, but in fact, if you check out the live unboxing of this, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, this movie is about these three guys. They all work in the same building. They each do different kind of things, something with a computer, and basically, the everyday life of working in this place. They have troubles, like their boss is breathing down their necks, and they just are fed up with work, and then they leave work and go home, and there's something going on at home where it's stressing them out even more. So they're stressed out at work, they're stressed out at home. Three guys that just never had anything wrong, never committed a crime, no records or anything, and one day they just decide they're going to blow off some steam, the hell with it. So the first thing they do is steal a car, and they go on a joyride, and they're having a good time and everything, and then soon enough they're they need to satisfy themselves even more, and it gets more and more involved, and soon enough they start killing people. And so now there's this big hunt for them, who's the one killing these people, and they know there's three of them, and it goes from there. To be honest, this is the movie in this box set that I liked the most. I thought this is very relatable because who hasn't been stressed out about work or at work or stressed out at home? They like to replay the song that every time something was going on. It was this upbeat song, which kind of was weird for the era. It didn't almost match, but it was upbeat and everything, and it was something's gonna happen when you heard this song. But this also, there was this commissioner guy here. He was part of the fly course or something, I forget what it was. He got kicked off of this one task force thing because he hit somebody or ran somebody in with his car or something. But I believe his name was Enrico Maria Salerno, and I've seen him in other things as well. I think The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, I believe he was in that. And he is also in another movie on here called No, the Case is Happily Resolved. But on that movie, he's not a detective or anything. But he's a very likable character. He's the one that's trying to find out who is doing all these killings and that. And the police think they have who the killer is, or they know, and then he's he knows better because he's been doing it for so long. Very likable character. In fact, everybody, all three of those guys in this are likable, even though they do some really, terrible things. They're just likable. And again, it's the most, I think, relatable movie, scenario that I think a lot of us, again, could relate to. Definitely an excellent film. I really liked it a lot. My favorite one in the box set. Looked good, sounded good. You have the option, of course, to watch with the Italian language and also English. I chose the Italian language with the captions. It just flows better. It's just it looked great. It was a fun movie. I haven't seen any of these movies before watching this box set, but I have seen some of the characters in other things. But yeah, this one was a great one. Next one on here, which is actually on the same disc, and you just reverse the sleeve. It's like Rabid Dogs, and this is a film by Mario Imperioli, and this follows Tony, Rico, and Sylvia, and they're just kind of doing this crime spree in a way. But the thing is, Tony, it comes from a rich family, and they start doing all these crimes, and he's no reason to do any of this stuff really, because like, he's not like from, you know, impoverished family or whatever the word is. Like he's not, it's unlikely the way he would doing this. So it's just kind of like the spoiled brat that just thinks he can get away with everything. And this movie, I like this one as well. I didn't like it as much. It's a lot of like, these three pick somebody up and then basically torture them a little bit and then kill them. They do like various crimes. They take somebody hostage and then they take them back to this other place, and then sure enough they end up killing them eventually. Movie was pretty good. I did like it. I liked all the movies, but some more than others. But yeah, like Rabid Dogs, this wasn't bad. The movie basically depicts a separated, divided society, being born into wealth and like, not being born, and like basically, like I said, thinking they can get away with everything. So that was, like Rabid Dogs. Next up, we have Cult 35 Special Squad, and this one is a film by Massimo Delamano. And what this is about, it's about this like detective, and I guess they basically like were finding out this like gang, or like not really a gang, but they are. They track them down to like where they are, and in the process, the detective kills like the main guy in charge, kills his brother. So now, in retaliation, that guy kills the detective's wife right in front of her son, and everything. So that kind of like makes him like think like, what, the criminals on the streets have better weapons than us. It's like a new wave of crime and everything. So he wants to start this task force where they kind of have a little more leeway. They get away with a little more than if you were, they were like just cops. They are cops and they have to abide by the law and everything, but they get a little more leeway in doing things. And so they start this special task force. They got to be trained and everything, and they all have these like Colt 38 guns. Who it's kind of like an extension of their manhood in a way. They don't say that, but you can kind of you can kind of figure that out by watching it. And these guys are doing a really good job. They're kicking ass, finding criminals and everything. And then what happens with this other gang from the beginning, that it's the guy who kills the detective's wife. They call him the Marcellese, and he's like big time guy, and they know who it is, but they can't find him. And here that gang is like starting to plant bombs, because they're like piecing things together, like, oh, there's missing dynamite here and there's missing police uniforms, and so they're kind of one step behind them all the time. And here with the dynamite, they're blowing up like public areas, and it's kind of like the way they do that in the movie. It's very disturbing because it's realistic. Like there was like I don't know, like a they put like the bomb in the locker, and at like a public place, like a market or something like that, and it blows up, and the next thing you see is like people and kids and body parts laying all around, and it's kind of like disturbing because they kind of like pan through everything, go slow, and it's very disturbing, like I said. And it makes it's like it hits you like pretty hard. It's like, wow, because that's stuff that happens. It's not unlikely that it could happen. You never know. And just innocent people getting killed. So again, the task force is on it and everything, but they keep fucking up, but they're doing a good job at the same time. They're kind of going a little too far than they're supposed to. Like, they're supposed to shoot the person in the leg and not kill anybody, but then here they end up killing people, just shooting them however way they can. But in their defense, they are being shot at as well, so whatever. But yeah, this was a cool movie. The thing with all these two, and I was going to say that like Rabid Dogs, all these movies end like abruptly. Like Rabid Dogs ended abruptly, but it like sent a message out, and it was okay. This one again ends abruptly too, and like some of my favorite people in this got killed. But you know, there's likable characters in this as well. Then there's like side stories, and it's just this is more of like a, uh, in a way, kind of like a James Bond ish, because they have like things to hook up, like the dynamite, and then he can use his cigarette lighter in the car to push it in, and it blows it up. So it's kind of like spyware-ish in a way, but it's not. Uh, it has it's cool, you know. I enjoyed it. I'll be honest, I did like it. It was probably my second favorite out of the whole movie, out of all these movies. Probably my second favorite one. I really don't have an order. I'm kind of thinking of off the top of my head, but think about, yeah, I'd probably say Colt 38 was my second favorite, and probably Like Rabid Dogs was my third. So now we're gonna go into the last two on here. Next up here is Highway Racer, and this is a film by Stelvio Massi, if that's how you say it. And this is about this guy who, there's this like robbery, and there's like three of the same cars, and they're basically able to drive through the city like no problem. You know, that's how, because the driver is really good. All the drivers are good, and there's this one guy. He's not a rookie, but he wants to be, you know, pushed up to like another rank and get his own car. He wants a Ferrari, and you know, he thinks he's like the best and everything. And here he just takes too many risks, and you know, they want to start this program where the main not commissioner, but like the chief or whatever he is, he wants to train him to try to like get undercover into this gang and win them over and get inside, so they know when the next robbery is going to be. And here the guy, the cop that's like, you know, training him, actually knows, they know who it is, but they don't have any proof. But the guy that's doing all the robbery with his gang was somebody that the chief or whatever put in jail 5 years earlier. And you know, that guy really respects the chief because, you know, nobody can ever got him before, and he did. And so now it's older, the chief can't do what he, you know, could do before. So like I said, he's going to train this guy to go undercover and everything. It does have a lot of cool car chases. I do like the car chases. That's one thing with these, and being that they're in Italy and that, I love the car chases. The cars are so small, first off, except for the Ferrari in this one, that, but the cars are so fucking small, and they're fucking zooming in these small streets, often crowded and busy streets, and they're just going, you know, 80 miles an hour around these turns and that. Sometimes they're up on two wheels. The chase scenes in them are they're almost comical in a way, because it's a little car going and then there's another little car chasing it. But it's just like, wow, they're going so fast and they don't slow down, and like there's people around it. It's just, like, the car chases are great, and that's what this one mainly is. Highway Racer, it's mainly car chases, and this guy learning other tricks, like going up on two wheels and then driving, you know, a certain distance, and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, he's trying to win over, you know, the trust of people in the gang. But the thing is, and this might be a spoiler, it is in a way, but this is just something I had a problem with in this movie. They do all this training to get him into this gang, and then he's winning their trust. He kind of does get in the gang, and they don't tell him where the next robbery is. But then this girl that he likes ends up kind of blowing his cover, and that was it. It was like, what was the point to that? What was the point to all the training, and then him getting in just to like 5 seconds later, he's a cop? You know, it just, it was kind of like dumb. But the ending is okay. Again, they all just end abruptly. A lot of older movies do that, and sometimes it ends okay, and sometimes it's just like, what the hell just happened? Like, that's it? That's how it ends? But this one, it kind of ended okay, I guess. Like, this guy, he goes from being like not likable at all, like is a jerk, thought he knew everything, didn't listen to anything that the cops would say. Like, don't pursue them. We're gonna pursue them. You know, don't go. You stay here and or you go over here. We're not going over there. We're going over here. And he just never listened. You know, and in the process ended up getting like his partner killed, and his partner was. This what made me think, is this kind of a comedy in a way, because the partner was kind of very very comical, and I thought, is this a comedy or what is it? You know, but it's not a comedy. It's just that guy was a jokester, and it's a shame because he was a likable character. But yeah, Highway Racer, definitely probably my least favorite in the box set. Um, but you know, again, so far, like I'm saying, all these sounded good and look good, and it's just you know, it was cool to see these movies. Like I said, they clean them up so nice, and it's such a nice box set. And so now we'll talk about the very last movie. Now, the last one that's in the box set here is No, the Case is Happily Resolved. And this is by Vittorio Solnero. And what this is about this guy. He's just kind of hanging out, fishing, going on a fishing trip by himself, you know, just taking his time. And he hears some woman yelling for help. So he goes to find where the yelling's coming from. And he sees this man uh, hitting her, and he kills her. And then that guy looks up and he sees the man seeing him, and then the guy fishing takes off and drives away. And you know, eventually the other guy catches up to him, you know, or he's catching up to him, and so the guy that witnesses the crime gets away and everything. And he doesn't tell the cops or anything. He's like, I don't know, what should I do? And then he just never does. And here what happens is the other guy that actually did the killing went to the cops and told them he witnessed somebody murdering this woman, and he basically said it's the other guy that witnessed him doing it. So now the other guy is trying to find the guy who was fishing, is trying to find the killer, and you know, basically say to him like, why are you doing this to me? I have a wife and kid, and you know, all this kind of stuff. And uh it kind of has like a weird kind of like twist to it. It's crazy. But uh this movie wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. It's my fourth favorite in the box set. um I believe, yeah, probably my fourth favorite in the box set. um Very likable characters again. It's, I can't really, I don't want to give anything away because it's kind of a more simpler story, but I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. um Enrico Maria Salnero is in this one again, like I said before. But he's works for the newspaper. He's like one of the main guys, and he has his team, and they go and take pictures. So they're like the only ones. He's the only one that thinks that, because the guy who actually killed the woman is a professor, very well respected and all this stuff. And he just one day snapped and wanted to do it. And he kind of is suspicious of this professor, you know, and everything. It's like, this happened, the murder happened at this time, but then you didn't report it till like 4 hours later and all that shit. So he's through the whole movie kind of suspicious about this guy. And again, it ends abruptly, but it's a good ending. It's a good ending. But again, it just like ends, and then the credits come on and everything. A lot of these types of movies back then were kind of had the same cast here and there throughout it. You know, they throw the same actors and actresses in there, and then not that they recycle them, but in a way they do. You know, different parts, you know, something like that, which is fine because they play it off pretty well, if you ask me. One character that is in the Savage 3 and is also in this one is Martine Brochard. And in Savage 3, she's like this doctor. She's climbing up up the charts, you know, climbing up the, I don't know what the word would be. She's climbing up the jobs, you know, in the hospital, getting promotions and that, because she's sleeping with her boss, this old doctor. It's kind of gross. And the husband knows this and everything, you know. So that's another reason he, in Savage Street, he goes nuts. Like, well, nuts, I guess you could say. But she's like this gorgeous, gorgeous redhead in it. And like, I've seen her in other things as well. She is beautiful. Like, she is so beautiful. And then she's also in this one as a wife to the guy who was being blamed for the murder. And but in this one, her hair is like a dark, dark brown, and it's longer. And she still looks really good, but man, does she look good in Savage 3. I'll tell you what, I don't know. The women in these movies are incredibly gorgeous. Like, all the giallos, like, they have such beautiful women. Italian women are gorgeous. Not to say that there's not gorgeous women everywhere, but man, in these movies, the Italian women are. The guys are like, not what their looks are like, but like it's funny like how they go off. Sometimes they're just talking normally, and it just sounds like they're really mad. But they're, again, the characters in these movies are very likable. Again, you're supposed to not like this person, you're supposed to like this person. Again, in that Highway Racer, I didn't like that guy in the beginning, but then later on I kind of liked him. I don't know, it's something else. But yeah, these are good movies. It's a good box set. I'm not sure if they're going to come out with another one, because there's like a lot of movies, but this is from 1973 to 1977, so, and that's the years of lead, obviously. So maybe there's other movies that came out in that time that they will make another box set. I really, really hope so, because this was an excellent box set. So I would definitely recommend picking this up. This is a fantastic release. It looks good and sounds good. You know, with these kind of movies, sometimes, I should say with box sets, sometimes there's movies that like you're not really gonna like, you know. But same thing with an anthology. Not every movie you know, every short in an anthology you're gonna like. Just like Weird Wisconsin, like, for the most part, I thought some of them were like okay, and there was like one movie that I really liked. But this one, I liked all of them, even the ones that were like my least favorite. I liked them, but I think every movie in this was watchable, and I'd watch them again. They're just really good. This is quality too. And again, I'm not going to get into it, because I'll put a link below for the live unboxing I did of this, where I didn't review the movies. I just showed, you know, the ins and outs of this and like what the special features were. But now Arrow, I don't know if they're going to be doing this anymore. I kind of think they will, but they're starting to do these kind of box sets where it's just this little slip on there instead of like the big flap, which I know like a lot of other companies do. Like, I believe Indicator does it, and I'm blanking on who, but like I know there's a lot of companies that do this, and I'm curious to ask, how do you like it? Do you prefer where it's the flap, or it's the whole back is covered and like it comes out, or do you like this slip like this? I kind of like this. I guess it's a ribbon. We'll call it a ribbon. I like the ribbon more, to be honest. I think it's a lot simpler and cleaner, you know, and it just comes right off, and you can keep it. The other thing, I feel like just throwing them out all like right away. It's like it just hangs over, and then it's just like, you know, it's just too much. But this, I think it looks nice. But again, go check out that unboxing video. You'll see that it was live, so you'll be hearing me talk to the comments, to the people that were watching. But check out the live chat. That way you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I thought this was great. I had no idea about this, and went into it blind, just watched it from left to right, you know. I didn't jump around this movie, then that one, and just watched it straight, you know, in a row. And great. It's a great box set. I know a lot of people are going to like this. I recommend it. So, yeah, if you like a lot of giallos and that, this is kind of like crime, thriller giallos. which is kind of the same thing. But like this is with policemen and in police situations, they're kind of a little similar to each other, but yet they're totally different from each other at the same time. It's kind of strange, but it's the truth. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Let me know if you plan on picking this up, or if you did pick it up, what you think about it. Also, please, like I said in the beginning, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. I'll put a trailer below for this so you can check it out, but like I always say, proceed with caution. It may contain spoilers. Also, I'll put a link below if you are thinking about picking it up. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.